What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So this is a quick video that I want to do talking about 5 cards that are extremely good in the mirror match. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, subscribe. We do videos like this all the time. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, so if you'd like to help us get to that goal, please feel free to to like go and subscribe. Once we get there, we do plan to do a giveaway. Well, we want to give away 2 TCG player gift cards and host a special tournament at my locals once we get there. Plus, if you leave an interesting comment down below, if it's something cool, I'll go ahead and shout you out in the video that I'm gonna do and add you to another special giveaway. So let's go ahead and get into this quick little list. So to start this list off, I'm gonna go ahead and just say Change of Heart, and also any other card that allows you to steal monsters from your opponent. So this is pretty much going to cover, obviously it covers Change of Heart, it's going to cover Snatch Deal, Triple Tactics Talent, and even something like Widow Anchor if you're running the appropriate deck that could take advantage of it. But essentially, when you're in a mirror match, it's taking your opponent's resource, especially if it's something you'd use for a combo, or if you know that taking that away completely shuts off what they're trying to do and allows you to do what you're trying to do. That essentially is extremely good. So I'm using Change of Heart because it's one of the better kind of generics, generic ones, but there's a whole bunch of different cards that could be in this slot. So any monster, any kind of monster stealing effect is pretty much going to be in this slot. So that'll be the number 5 slots for good cards to use in the mirror match. At number 4, we're going to talk about Retort. This right here, to be honest, I know that it hasn't really been seen in a while, didn't really get used all the time, but I'm trying to go for cards that are really focused on specific cards. So I understand that almost any card could be good in the mirror match if you know what to stop, but I'm talking about specific cards. So let's go and talk about the effect of Retort. This is when your opponent activates a spell or trap card with the same name as one in your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can add 1 card with that name from your graveyard to your hand. So essentially, if you go first, and you sit Retort, it pretty much allows you to be able to negate whatever spell trap card that that they're trying to use. Let's say you have Bonfire in your graveyard, and you're playing a deck that's gonna want to use Bonfire. You can pretty much set this card. You go through your whole combo, then you could activate this, negate your opponent's Bonfire, and then add a Bonfire to your hand for the next turn. So in a mirror match, this is extremely useful, although it's also very situational because it is mostly going for going first, and at the same time maybe just rather have Solemn Judgment or something. So this is kind of just one of those more niche cards for the mirror match. At number 3, I want to talk about Lullaby of Obedience. So I kind of struggled putting this in the next card in the different slots, but then when I sat down and thought about it, I'm like, you know what, I want a Lullaby of Obedience is perfect for right in the middle. So the effect is pay 2,000 life points and declare 1 monster card name. Your opponent looks at their deck and reveals one of the declared monsters. If there is any, choose one of these effects to be applied. It's the declared monster is added to your hand, or the player that activates this card could special summon the monster in attack position in order to get summoning conditions. So I kind of changed up to kind of summarize the whole effect. But essentially what it does, it allows you to activate the card, declare a card name, and your opponent will look into their deck, and they basically have to either add the card to your hand or special summon it to your side of the field, ignoring its summoning conditions, which is really interesting because depending on the situation you're in. I was watching a video by a really cool Yugi tuber. His name is Yak Sign, and it was a short talking about how if you're under Drone Lockbird, you could essentially force your opponent to have to special summon the monster. So if you're playing some type of mirror match, if you're in the Fire King mirror match, you could pretty much say Fire King Ash, you could say the Garunix, you could say a whole bunch of different cards and kind of just pull them out of your opponent's deck, ignoring its summoning conditions to bring it to your side. So it's kind of one of those cards that that is really, really good in the mirror match and gets even better under certain conditions. So the Lullaby of Obedience was a perfect card to put at number 3, but at number 2, this card I think is just a little bit better, and that is Made to Order Mermaid Outfitter. The effect of this card reads, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, then you can add one card from your deck to your hand with the same name as that banished card. You can only activate one of these cards per turn. So essentially this card works kind of like a little bit similar to Lullaby Obedience, but instead of just declaring any card name you want, you have to target something that's in the graveyard. So it does have like a little bit more like a setback, but at the same time you could get any card. So you could get a hand trap going first, going second, you get a combo piece, or maybe even like, going, maybe even like turn 3, if your opponent has already used some type of board breaker that you're also using, you kind of use this to get that card. It just has a lot of different like not only synergy like with the whole like tier 0 kind of format that we may be going in, but even just going first like in formats where everyone's running like for example, right now a lot of people are going to be running Ash Blossom, Imperm, and Drone Lockbird. And if you want to take out Ash Blossom, pretty much you could add Nibiru to the mix. So a lot of people are going to be running the same hand traps. So even like going like first or second, if your opponent like uses like Nibiru on you and you can't counter it, this right here will allow you to elite. Okay, that's actually a bad example. If your opponent uses Ash or something like Imperm on you, and you're essentially able to like activate this card to at least add one of those cards to your hand. So if you make a sub-optimal board, you can at least end that sub-optimal board with a really good hand trap to potentially prevent them from being able to make a better board, to kind of put you in a grind game situation. So I really do like this card going into this current format, because we might have a lot of mirror matches, so that will be kind of very interesting to kind of see where things are going. And at number 1, this right here is one of the best mirror match cards. I think a lot of you will know what it is, and it is Cross Out Designator. I talk about this card all the time. Let's go and go over its effect, even though you all know it. Declare one card name, banish one of that declared card name from your main deck, and if you do, negate its effect, as well as the activated effects on the field of cards with the same original name until the end of this turn. You can activate one Cross Out Designator per turn. So essentially, this card right here has the ability to negate hand traps. It has the ability to negate spells, traps, monster effects. Not only Ash Blossoms and Imperms, but you could sit there and negate key parts of your opponent's main deck, as long as, like I said, if you're in a mirror match setting, if you know that they need to resolve the Snake Eye Ash, and maybe you're able to save across a Designator, you could stop the Ash play, and that might kind of turn everything off. You could sit there and stop a Bonfire. You could stop a hand trap. There's so many different cards that you could stop with Cross Out Designator, and I feel like this is kind of one of the best cards to use in a mirror match, because every single card in your deck is not only for a combo, but it's also for potentially cost to counter your opponent. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I didn't want to make it too crazy, because a lot of these cards a lot of people already know about. But if you have some other cards that are really good, and like a lot of cards that are kind of similar to Cross Out Designator, where it makes you declare a certain card name, so that way you can stop your opponent, put them in the comments down below. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to this video. Alright guys, peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one.